Happy 2025 Easter. It's my favorite holiday today, everybody. Does anybody else have Easter as their favorite holiday? If so, why? I don't know. mine's Easter. So, mine's Easter. I don't know why. The pain of small talk. For those of us who identify as introverts, engaging in small talk can sometimes feel like running a marathon without any training. It's not that we resist casual conversation altogether. It's just that we often crave deeper, more insightful discussions. Topic like, for me, animal facts, or space and the universe. Kaijus. It can seem superficial, almost like forced pleasantry that lacks, authenticity. It's not apathy that drives us away. Rather, it's our desire for substance in conversation. While small talk may be a social necessity, for introverts, it often feels like an exhausting chore. It totally does. I love making my videos. Sometimes I get overwhelmed making them. I have to remember that, that's not what this is, even though I'm not really around people. I do get exhausted sometimes making these. Howdy y'all, I'm Danielle, and Nazca's down on the floor over there. I decided to start this channel as a personal quest, a quest to make sense of the roller coaster of life, of emotions, that keep throwing me for a loop. Lots of loops in this roller coaster. Imagine it like a wild scavenger hunt, where we're diving headfirst into a bizarre world of feelings, complete with its share of hilarious misshapes and surprising revelations. If you've ever felt like you're wandering through a maze of emotions, or if you've tried, and like me, have failed, to sort through the wild, feels just like a wild ball of yarn that is your heart, then I'm extending a warm invitation to you. Join mine and Nazca adventurous crew by hitting that shiny subscribe button. Let's tackle this whirlwind of a roller coaster and a chaotic journey of life together. Shall we? Who else is here with me? So, number 1, family gatherings. Like today. Family events. Easter. The plague of an introvert's existence. It really is, but I love Easter. The mere thought of mingling with a room full of extended family can send a shiver down my spine. I recall one particular time I attended a family function for holiday, stepped into the bustling crowd, anxiety rushed through me, almost stiffing. The chaos of voices, laughter, and the pressure to connect left me overwhelmed with all different emotions. By the time the event wrapped up, I was completely drained. Hours spent trying to engage in conversation. Even remembering my own extended family's name, I struggle with. And force connections can feel like running a mental marathon, and everyone else seems to just thrive on this social energy. Research indicates that introverts often exhaust their social their social stamina more quickly than their extrovert counterpartners. So, if you resonate with this struggle, rest assured, it's perfectly normal to feel wiped out after such gatherings. Even on your favorite holidays, like today for me. The open floor plan office dilemma. Hear me out on this one. This one's a doozy. This one's a doozy. Open office have become a new norm. Not for me. Open the way for fostering collaboration and openness. However, for introverts, they can feel more like a marathon than a workplace. We often prefer quiet spaces where we can concentrate without disruption. Unfortunately, the noise and constant interruptions of an open office can be overwhelming. Studies from the Journal of Environmental Psychology indicate that employees in these environments frequently report lower concentration and job satisfaction levels, especially true for introverts. That would be me. While the concept might seem ideal in theory, open plan office can swiftly drain our energy. I was in a job like that. I was before I went to college, and I think that was one of the reasons that motivated me to go to college. I just didn't like it. The socialization overload next. as introverts, we cherish our alone time, a vital period of recharging and reflecting. Yet, in a society that seemingly demands perpetual social engagement, we can feel utterly exhausted. From an onslaught of texts and spontaneous meetings to a packed weekend calendar filled with social events, the pressure to constantly be on, that's how I feel, can deplete our energy resources. It's not that we don't appreciate being around others, we simply require space to retreat and regroup. Without this necessary time alone, we can end up feeling completely drained. So if you resonate with this struggle of being bombarded by social obligations, remember, it's perfectly acceptable to carve out some solitude amongst the chaos. All right, next. One of the more tiresome challenges introverts face is the frequent misperception of what introversion truly entails. Being labeled as shy, antisocial, or unfriendly just because we prefer alone time versus constant social engagement can be considerably disheartening. It really can be. In reality, introversion relates more to how we recharge our batteries rather than a dislike of social settings. When our deep need for solitude is misunderstood, it often feels like an uphill battle to demonstrate that it's not a flaw, but a natural trait. Constantly classifying ourselves can be mentally and emotionally taxing. And sometimes it feels like a relief to let others believe what they will. Navigating a world that often prizes this one is a challenge. Navigating a world that often prizes extroverted traits like assertiveness and sociability. I practice and practice. Hopefully I said that right. It can feel like swimming upstream for introverts. I can't even swim, so I would drown. I'll be the first to drown. Reflecting back to school days, I remember being the quiet observer while others eagerly raised their hands. This often led to unsolicited comments like, "Why don't you talk more?" The pressure to conform, to be loud, outgoing, was just weighed heavily over time on me, creating feelings of inadequacy in those who are naturally reserved. That's how I felt. It's crucial to recognize that introversion isn't a defect to correct. It's simply an alternative way to interact with the world, interact with the world around us. It really is. Just embrace it, because it's not going away. It's not going away, friends. The overwhelmingness of just noise is crazy. For introverts, loud and crowded places can rapidly become a sensory overload. Venues like packed concerts, bustling malls, or crowded restaurants can feel like a perfect storm for chaos, leaving us feeling utterly drained and yearning for some soothing silence. I know it's so true. The exhausting of performing, or more known as masking, extroversion, trying to be we're just masking and we're not good at it. So, one of the most exhausting feats for introverts is having to put on a facade of extroversion. Oh my god, I practiced and practiced. We're going to say this word correctly, or we're not going anywhere. Extroversion. I can't do it. We're just going to skip that word. We're going to skip it. The overwhelming expectation to perform in social situations can leave us feeling like we're acting in a play we were never auditioning for. The effects it takes to step into a spotlight when all we want is a cozy corner to recharge. In my thing, it is a nice little desert to go explore. That's all we want. Corner to recharge.